The idea that the Earth has a massive amount of empty space at its core may sound preposterous, but to some leading scientists, it is not. Let's find out more about this whimsical idea. Hey everyone, welcome back to Care Fiction. I'm your host Subhankar, and today we are going to look into the Hollow Earth theory. Before we begin, please take a few seconds of your time and hit the like button. And if you have not done it yet, please consider subscribing. We have seen the idea of a hollow earth depicted in various fictional works, like Jules Verne's Journey to the Center of the Earth, Edgar Allan Poe's novel The Narrative of Arthur Gordon Pym of Nantucket, role-playing games like Dungeons & Dragons, video games like Gears of War, and the most direct reference in the Monsterverse movies, especially since Kong Skull Island. Before we delve further, let us look at what we know so far about the Hollow Earth in the Monsterverse. First and foremost, it is not just any fan theory or speculation right now. Hollow Earth really exists in the Monsterverse, and the entire premise is based on the lore behind the Hollow Earth. This lore is being peeled off movie by movie, and we are going to see a great deal of it in the upcoming Godzilla vs. Kong movie. At this point, we are certain that the Titans dwell in this Hollow Earth and could very well be their actual habitat. As posited by Bill Randa in the first Kong movie, there are tunnels beneath the Earth's surface through which these Titans and Giants travel through. Hank Marlowe also says that the Skull Crawlers live below and they wreak havoc when they surface, but Kong ultimately beats the hell out of them. So there could be many entry points to the Hollow Earth, and Skull Island is definitely one of those. These may still sound like rumors, but they were finally confirmed in a King of the Monsters movie when Godzilla goes deep to heal himself after being attacked by the Oxygen Destroyer. Mothra leads the submarine into another entry point found in deep water, and just like that, they travel 600 miles in a matter of seconds through a vortex. Dr. Rick Stanton gives a perfect explanation for this.
I knew it, man! The vortex was a tunnel into the Hollow Earth. It's a subterranean tunnel system that connects the entire planet.
We also get a good glimpse of a submerged civilization that worships the Titans as gods. This points to a hypothesis that this civilization was part of the Hollow Earth. In the Monsterverse, this civilization is depicted as the oldest civilization on Earth, and they are dubbed as Hollow Earth humans. And finally, coming to the recent trailer of Godzilla vs. Kong, we get to see what the Hollow Earth is like in these scenes. There seems to be floating mountains or landscapes, and quite possibly, the Hollow Earth could be radioactive or not suitable enough for modern day humans, as we see these drones, also known as HEAVE, or maybe they could also send these drones for probing and scouting purposes too. This is what Hollow Earth more or less sounds like in Monsterverse or any other fictional settings. Now let us move out of the fiction and step into the real world, where the Hollow Earth theory is really a thing. There are countless arguments in defense as well as in contradiction of this theory. Some of these are crackpot cuckoo theories and some are conspiracy theories. This notion of a massive subterranean region under the earth is seeped into folklore and mythology from the ancient times. Some likened it to the Greek underworld, the Nordic Svartalheim, and even hell, commonly referred to as underworld. These ideas are rampant across cultures and mythologies. In Celtic mythology, there is a legend of a cave called Cruachan, from which strange creatures emerged. In Hindu mythology, there is Patala, and so on. Coming to slightly modern times, and exactly in 1692, a true form of this theory was hypothesized by none other than Edmund Halley, who predicted the periodicity of the Halley's Comet. Yes, Edmund Halley is believed to be the first among the leading scientists to support the Hollow Earth theory. According to him, the Earth has a hollow shell about 800 km thick with two inner concentric shells and an innermost core. He posited that the atmosphere surrounding these shells is luminous and speculated that escaping gas caused the aurora borealis. Moving on to 1818, we have Captain John Cleves Simis Jr., an army officer who suggested that the Earth consisted of a hollow shell about 1300 km thick, with openings about 2300 km at both the north and south poles. He argued that due to the centrifugal force of Earth's rotation, the Earth would be flattened at both the poles, leading to a vast passage into the inner Earth. Such polar openings would become to be known as Simis holes, and this has been adopted in many literary works. Coming to literary works, Jules Verne in his book Journey to the Center of the Earth describes a hollow Earth containing two rotating binary stars, named Pluto and Prosper Pym. Do you want to listen to another bizarre Hollow Earth theory? Then let me introduce you to Cyrus Steed. As a physician, Cyrus Steed later turned to be a self-proclaimed messiah, took on the name Koresh, and founded religious beliefs known as Koreshanity. His version of the Hollow Earth theory flipped the entire previous theory. He claimed that we were living in a hollow earth looking up at the universe and that the universe was an illusion created by some strange solar mechanism. Let that sink in and channel your inner thoughts out in the comments. Needless to say that there developed a small cult around this idea called the Koreshan Unity. Even till this day, the Hollow Earth theory did not fizzle out, but instead gained a few supporters. In modern times, Hollow Earth forms a basis for several conspiracy theories like aliens, UFOs, Atlantis, and the infamous among them all, a theory that speculates that Hitler escaped to the Hollow Earth and made a deal with the inhabitants there. There are several contrary evidences to the Hollow Earth theory, like the study of the seismic waves, establishing the fact that the time it takes for the seismic waves to travel through and around the Earth directly contradicts a fully hollow sphere. Gravity-based experiments and direct observation through drilling also proves that the Hollow Earth theory is not entirely true. So that is all for this video. The arguments both for and against the Hollow Earth theory are never ending, and you can go ahead and read some of these fascinating pieces. So what do you have to say about this theory in real life and in Monsterverse? Let me know in the comments. So thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to hit the like button and of course consider subscribing. See you soon.